Welcome back everyone to From Rogue to Republic in Hearts of Iron 4. Now, why is my mic so low? Okay, no, never mind. Now, we will continue on, and actually I will cheat a little bit because I want to see what's happening. No, not observe, you idiot. This was probably a bad idea. Ah, yes, of course, because the AI decided to fuck up everything. I am so idiotic sometimes. How do I delete these armies? You have to be shitting me right now. I'm just gonna load. Fuck you. I'm just gonna load this shit. Okay. Stupidity aside, what I actually wanted to do was remove the fog of war. Right. That makes a lot of sense. And in the meantime, let's actually get these guys an army, because I decided that they should be trained, because they're just a little bit too inexperienced. In general, I think our army requires a bit of experience in general, so I just said in general twice. So we'll do that. Yeah, I wanted to check out what was actually happening over here. There's a lot of Soviet divisions pushing through in Korea, and oh, the Republic of Finland joined the Axis, okay. And for some reason, this area is under control of the Germans, which is weird. Yeah, there's a lot of Soviet divisions pushing through, but at the border of Korea, the problem is that there's a lot of mountains and there's the Yalu River, so the Japanese have a decent defensive position. And it looks like in general where the rivers are, they're holding, but where the plains are, the superior mechanized forces of the USSR might just be pulling through. The Japanese, do have some tanks. It's a very weird division. It's just a battalion of light tanks, but they do have tanks, so they can use those. And right now, I think the priority for the Japanese should be to take Dalian down here and take, in general, this peninsula and prevent the Soviets from relinking those troops with the rest of their forces, because that would be very, very, very bad if they managed to do that, because it would cut off a bunch of Japanese troops in the west, especially in the parts of Mongolia, if they can then capture a few ports, which is not exactly what they would want to do. And how is this training impacting our infantry equipment? Not that much. Good. So we can actually continue to do that. We actually have a lot of army experience, so that kind of means that... And are these... Yeah, these are second-hand, I don't know, divisions. Yeah, we're gonna need to save up a lot of equipment to actually make our divisions good. However, 6 divisions, 2 divisions, 5 divisions. At least some of our divisions need to be... Oh yeah, right, I was waiting on my land doctrines to do that, because that's gonna... Or, the next one, I think. Yeah, next one is gonna... No. Hey. It's gonna be this one. It's gonna decrease our infantry combat width by quite a bit. So that's actually gonna be a long time away. Then we can downsize our divisions back anyway. So at least for now, we'll just experimentally increase our division size. We also have a lot of support equipment, however, we're not going to do that. Yeah, how's the war going in Europe? Let's just go check out. There's a huge amount of fighting in France, and a lot of things are on the screen, so it's gonna lag because there's a huge amount of counters. Let's just go to an area where the counters are not gonna bother us. So the Germans seem to be in a decent position, actually. The Lithuanians seem to have been in the war. Oh yeah, right, because they refused German demands. And there's an Allied landing, or no, that's a Soviet force trapped in East Prussia. Not really sure how that happened, but it looks like there was a landing. It must have been a naval landing. And there's also a British landing in Finland. Finland joined the Axis, by the way, so yeah. Somehow they have a democratic party, despite the fact that they have 0% democratic popularity, which is very, very interesting. And they're taking all the communist focuses, but they're in the Axis, so yeah. They ain't coming back from that. In the meantime, the French Commune capitulates. That's not good news for the Soviets. The Soviets are still trying to fight Finland and being very bad at it. Well, they pushed through a bunch of forests, so yeah. Very good job, Soviet Union. Very good job. Mostly because some of their attention is split off towards Manchuria, likely. But at the same time, they're not doing that well in Manchuria either. So, yeah, Soviets, you're bad. You're bad at fighting. Those are the people who are supposed to be my allies. I haven't found a way to actually get rid of the Republic flag. Yeah, you already told me about the French Commune capitulating. Thank you very much. Oh, I guess there were just some troops fighting on bravely last stand of the French forces, but it was not enough because the rest of their army surrendered. And Belgium has a lot of stuff. Interesting. Yeah. Belgium has a lot of stuff, and Italy, interestingly enough, has stuff too, so that's pretty nice. At least the Germans dividing the spoils a little bit. I wonder if the nationalists will join the Axis. Oh, okay, they actually have the recovering from the Civil War modifier because of the mod. Good. Fight for China. It is time to rid China of the sickness that is the Kuomintang. We will liberate every Chinese and have a united people under the wise leadership of Mao. And we will declare war on China. And we lost a general. Rip. We'll have him replaced with Judah. What I really hate is that now they seem to have added this, like, cheesy-ass music to the declaration of war. You can hear it in the background, and it really conflicts with the game's soundtrack. So I'm not sure why they did that. So we'll just make our armies great again, I guess, and have... Okay, so we're gonna need to delete these things. Right. Delete 1, delete 2. We're gonna have half our army in this area. They'll move down towards the coastal ports in the east. Then we'll have the other half of our army move down towards Sichuan and the ports of the south. Should be a simple enough and doable enough plan. Of course, partially also because our friends should not have any troops. Yes, our friends are quite troopless, and we will abuse that. Thanks, Japan. We'll just get the plans working. Unfortunately, the AI decided to walk, which is really annoying. We have the rectification movement, but we haven't decided our capital, so we can't get the found our nation quite yet. I wonder if getting the prepare for decisive battle, division organization, supply grace, that's really good. Yeah, we don't want to take the goal of our war quite yet, because that would, you know, give more. Oh, I'm not in a faction though. Oh, okay, good. We turn back to communist China. Great. Yeah, let's get preparing for decisive battle, because after all, that's what we're doing. Oh my god. The AI is slow. Just run towards the nearest victory points with every single possible available unit. At least some of them had the nerve to actually strategically redeploy. There goes the Netherlands, because Belgium is okay, hold on. Oh. Well, that's interesting. I appear to have finished this. I would definitely like some kind of fortifications against Japan. And this border region is going to be a focus of major fighting, likely, in the upcoming war. Wait, what? Why doesn't it do the stripy thing over there? That's very strange. Okay. continue to get forts and just move on down. Actually, let's get the tank division not really doing anything, because all it's doing is just wasting precious material, just moving. And we'll not really need the tank division. We just need to go around and take the... Wait, why is Kunming the capital? Okay. I mean, they hold Chongqing over here, and they hold a bunch of bigger cities in Kunming, but apparently so. And rip Yugoslavia. Recent territorial losses have recent territorial loses. By the way, I think this is a Paradox written event, so good job, Paradox. Have caused fractures within the Yugoslav state, leading to the ethnic conflict and weakening of the central authority. Germany has created an independent state of Croatia and annexed the remainder. Peace is under threat. Well, yeah, considering there's 100% world tension, I would say that peace is under threat. Thank you very much, game. Yeah, they appear to have Bosnia, the Ustaše, and they also appear to have allowed Hungary to keep this little province that for some reason they had. I don't know why Hungary had Vojvodina, but I guess they did. And they've also, well, the Germans have taken everything else. Albania still exists, so that means that Italy decided to not annex Albania. Nope. Appears like that wasn't the case, and Bulgaria seems to be in common turn, which means that since now Yugoslavia has been annexed by the Germans, Bulgaria will likely die a gruesome death. Actually, though, I'm not sure. It could happen that since it's a new front that's connected to the Soviets, weirdly enough, because there's a land bridge over here between Istanbul and the other part of the Bosphorus, that the Soviets might just flood the area with troops. The Turks don't really have any troops, though, so that's not gonna work. That's really not gonna work. In the meantime, we're just plowing on down and getting all the VPs. Since we only have infantry, it's gonna take a long ass time. But we're gonna do it because we need to. There we go. And then we'll have you doing that. Once again, thanks Japan for actually making it really easy on me. Not that I'm complaining, you know. Because so far, this campaign has been much harder than I anticipated. It's nice to finally get some challenge out of Hearts of Iron 4. It's also finally nice that when there's actually challenge, there's something easy. Yeah. Hypocrisy, I like it. Other than that, nothing really is happening. Inspiring victory. Reports from the front line sorry, have brought back good news. Sporadic clashes of our forces have resulted in our victory, and our army's morale has skyrocketed. Munch on to victory, comrades. Inspiring victory. Yes. That's probably because we have... Whoa, really? Oh, okay. I guess it's about surrender progress. So we do have infantry offensive, and finally we have run out of bonuses towards land auctions, which is a problem. And we have a huge amount of production. Great. Now, we really need some kind of way to produce artillery. But unfortunately, we don't have any. China's about to surrender. They're gonna surrender very soon, and we have captured a dockyard. So we can now get convoys to actually trade with people. Do we have any incompetent industries like the nationalists? It doesn't appear like it. Well, we do have the lack of skilled personnel, sure, but other than that, yeah. Damn, that's gonna be bad for us later on. Yeah. The fall of Gibraltar. For the first time since it was seized by the British more than 2 centuries ago. Well, it looks like the nationalists did join the Axis after all, okay? Since it was seized by the British more than 2 centuries ago, Gibraltar is back in Spanish hands. News coming in from the territory report that most of the garrison has surrendered, although a few stubborn holdouts have retreated to tunnels running under the rock. At a press conference in Madrid, the representatives of the government have stated that Gibraltar is henceforth to be considered Spanish territory in perpetuity. British diplomats have unsurprisingly debunked the statement, dismissing it as utter nonsense. Obviously. Isn't it British-like to actually completely deny reality? Yeah. Okay. And now we have insufficient resources because of oil and aluminum. Oh, right, because we're producing convoys. Oh, there we are. Now we can annex them. Finally capitulated. They realized that without troops you can't fight a war. Not really sure why they didn't build any, because, I mean, I'm guessing they had rifles. Maybe. Or they could have made troops without rifles. Yes. Okay. Rip China. Well, rip that China, not rip real China, aka us. So, now that we have an actual industry, we can build an actual army. Wow, I know, novelty concepts over here. We're just gonna start training up our divisions so that the next time that we fight Japan, we're not gonna be a rabble, but we're gonna be an army. Yay, it's gonna be fun. Problem is, we still can't expand. And we have available planes. We have 2 fighters. 2 British fighters, it seems. Hawk Freeze. Or might be American fighters, not sure. Civil War is over. With final dust settled in the Chinese Civil War, we emerged victorious. China has been defeated, and we no longer need to act alone. Remove national spirit, planning the Civil War. Now we will seek allies around the world. Planning the Civil War. Mao does not want anyone to gain benefit from the upcoming civil war between the Chinese. This is a Chinese matter. Oh. I had not noticed that. Well, okay, neat. And now we're just getting our troops well trained. And then we're going to be able to actually fight Japan on even terms. Well, maybe not even terms, because we still have incompetent, lacks of skilled personnel, etc., etc. So we're not going to have quite as good of an army as Japan, but at least we're gonna have an army. Yes, having an army is good. And right now I'm just keeping an eye out for troops that reach the regular level, because obviously that's when the training is going to end. And I guess I could also go back to removing the fog of war, but I still don't know why the German Reich has the control of Lukten. I'm really not sure. But it's pretty funny, so I'm not going to complain. As long as something stupid is funny, it's not that bad. Okay, so we have a full army. It's going to be under control of Lin Biao because, well, he's our best general. And it's going to be facing Japan. Please select all of our troops. Thank you very much. And that's going to be the army task of taking both Beijing and Qingdao. So, pretty important task, if I say so myself. Then the rest of the armies will be divided between keeping security in the coastal areas, which is going to be very important considering the Japanese AI really likes to do naval invasions. And also fighting the puppets up here, Menguko, which is not going to be as important because the area is obviously not very well developed in terms of infrastructure. And as I probably expected, Bulgaria did really not last very long. There appears to be a French holdout over here. I'm guessing it's actually a Soviet holdout. But, okay. And we've also taken the preparing for decisive battle. We can now debunk the underestimation. Okay? Because we are at peace with Japan. And because China had more than 40% surrender progress, because it's at 100%, haha. Yeah, let's get that. That's gonna be good. Because the national spirit underestimate Japan is kind of annoying. Yeah. Reducing our population, increasing our training time, increasing the planning, blah 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 blah. Not very good overall. Okay, very, very good. And yes, I want to delete the army. Oh, airfields. Airfields being annoying. Denmark rejects Sweden demands. What? I mean, Sweden right now is kind of busy getting invaded by Germany. And Finland. So, I'm not really sure how they would like to attack Denmark. Good job, AI. Very good job, AI. See, okay, now things make a little bit more sense. Sweden isn't the Allies. Man, this is actually really confusing. Okay, so the Soviets are fighting the Axis. The Axis are fighting the Allies. But there's just very weird combinations of what's actually going on. Estonia is in the Allies. Latvia is neutral. Finland is in the Axis. Okay. And the fall of Stockholm. Oh, the Germans drove in. Well, Stockholm is once again fallen to an invader. It's just not a good day for Stockholm, you know? I wouldn't want to live here in this particular timeline. It would be very not fun. Okay, so now that we have our troops all trained up, we need to find the ones that are bad. Okay, so we're gonna remove... No, hold on. I'm gonna remove that. How do I remove... Oh, right. Okay. And yet it still shows up because I didn't save. Right, okay. So we're gonna update everything so that the actual, in a way, strong troops... Oh no, okay, hold on. Hold on, this is more important. We're gonna have three tiers of divisions. We're gonna have medium, strong, and weak. Because that sounds like a very good idea. Strong is gonna be with artillery. And a tank one, even though it's pretty easy to see the tank one because it's actually got a different counter. Then we're going to have weak divisions. Weak divisions are going to be staying back near the... Oh, that's a lot of weak divisions. They're going to be staying near the Great White Sea and protect ourselves from the evil Japanese. Oh, that's a lot of them. That is a crap load of them. Well, at least for the sake of organizing, let's just... Yeah, okay. So, how much do we need to actually make them usable? A lot. Half usable? Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that makes things even worse. Okay, nice. So the two templates are the same. So overall, 34 of our divisions are in pathetic state. 10 of our divisions are in usable state. And one more is about to reach usable state. So, okay. We're not quite as well prepared as I originally thought. Okay, so we're gonna need to deal with that. We're gonna need to deal with that very, very quickly. unless we want problems. I would like to update my existing divisions, but at the same time I would really like to What if I just disbanded some of them? If I just took like half of them and disbanded them, that would functionally make me able to double the size of them. I wish I knew that before. Yeah, I'm very smart in this way. I should have checked this before. So let's actually disband these. It's going to give me back the equipment. Good. So that means that the ones that I do have, I can upgrade to actual decent divisions. And there goes the underestimation. Good. Unfortunately, we can't do much more right now. We can take the goal of our war, which is going to give us some political power, I guess. We're still losing political power because of guerrilla warfare. So we can't really do much about that. And now we actually have the ability to build things. Wow. We have 20 civilian factories that are available to build stuff. Wow, great. So we're gonna have, yeah, we're gonna have the 15 on military and the 5 on civilian. The problem is a lot of our territories are rural or just urban, just not very well treated to slots, partially also because we don't have any fucking industrial tax. I just fucking realized this. Yes, I just said fucking a lot. Deal with it. I mean, yeah, right. Because we don't have that, we are not able to really upgrade our industrial infrastructure all that much. So we're gonna have to deal with what we have rather than what we'd like to have. And now we're just gonna be waiting for our divisions to upgrade a little bit more. We're also having performance issues. Annoying. Yeah, partially because there's a lot of troops around. Yeah, the Soviets have a lot of troops, the Germans have a lot of troops. Germans especially have a lot of troops. There's a very big problem in that the Germans are probably going to defeat the Soviet Union. Yeah. Because the Germans have capitulated the Turks. And now they'll be coming through the Caucasus, which, while it should be the worst way to attack the Soviet Union because of the terrain of the Caucasus, for some reason it just seems like every time in the Hearts of Iron the Germans manage to come up through down here, then they just manage to destroy the Soviets because, well, there's oil over here, and once the Baku oil is taken, which is going to be taken because the Soviets probably have no troops down here, case in point, then the Germans are going to be able to completely demolish Soviet production of anything that's not a rifle. And even the rifles are not going to be that well produced by the Soviet Union because it's incredibly incompetent in Hearts of Iron 4. So, yeah, I dislike the way this is going. Could I join the Allies? At this point, I need to have... Well, I asked that, and Albania can join the Allies because the Italians have decided to do a little bit of an ultimatum. Yeah, Zog is defiant. Diplomats from Italy have delivered an ultimatum to Albania, demanding that latter's annexation to Greater Italy. Greater Italy doesn't exist, paradox. Oh well. In a brave act of national leadership, or maybe national stupidity, King Zog has refused to yield to the Italian demands, urging the Albanian people to resist pressure from Italy. Nevertheless, foreign military experts agree that Albania has little chance of resisting an invasion. For how long can Albania fight back? I'm gonna be betting like a week, because there's Germans. That's the only reason why. If there weren't Germans, then Albania would stand a pretty decent chance of repelling Italian naval invasions, considering that the Italians don't have a navy anymore. Probably. Yep. But since the Germans are bordering them, yeah. Not very long. Greece is also neutral, interestingly enough. They haven't joined the Allies yet, nor have the Allies pulled them in any way. And there's still some Turkish Soviet troops holding out bravely near Trabzon, which might actually just give them enough time, or give the Soviets enough time to redeploy troops to the border. So, very brave of them. And there's also French troops in Syria, right? Iraq has been liberated. Labor camps? Iraq? Why? Oh yeah, okay. Albania has capitulated. They actually lasted 2 weeks. Never mind. Good job, Albania. You're dead.